It's that time again. I am taking a trading break to improve by studying how price moves. Welcome. I am Denisha on a mission, spreading just some words and seeds of wisdom in the trading garden. And from time to time, I take these 10, 15, 20-minute breaks to just study how price moves. So I've already traded for the day. I'm done live trading. I'm in the simulator account right now and sharing here online just a thought process. And so we are using the 950, the 21, the 100, and the 200 moving day average and the VWAP as part of our analysis today. And they're just indicators. So one of the big things is price is telling you what price wants to do, right? With the buyers and sellers that are interacting with the this company today, it's telling you exactly what it wants to do. And it's important to be able to follow price and also be able to utilize indicators for retail traders and other things that can help you. Now, this is the thing I always remember. No indicator is 100%. No strategy is 100%. I even have to watch myself, okay? Because I'm very creative and I'm like, oh, is this type of pattern? Is this type of pattern? No, hold on, pull back. We can use those as confluences to help us make decisions. But tell me in the comments, have you ever been in a trade? The setup looked great, the technicals look great. I mean, the fundamentals, everything. But then for some reason, even though you placed and you thought you was on the wrong side of the right side of the trade, you actually were on the wrong side. Or maybe days later it did that move. Well, what happens is we have to really just put on our hat and determine what are we doing right now? What are we trading? So right now we're looking at price over maybe we'll see 10 minutes or so and just see how the EMAs are responding to price. And right now for a while now since let's see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, so we're on the 15-minute chart that's going to share with us what has happened for the last 15 minutes since the market opened and even during pre-market. So as we can see in pre-market, when Trump actually made that announcement with Apple, it continued to just come down. So it went from 201-ish all the way down to 193. And since we've opened, we're trying to recover, it rejected off of this 197.92. So what I would do is I would go down. I'm on the 15 minute. Let's try the 5 minute. 197.52. So this area right here, even if I went down to the 1 minute, let's see what we're seeing. Yeah, here. So we can go, let's go back to the 15. Let's actually even go to the 4 hour chart. So when it did decline, it came down here to a level of support. So we can see, okay, well, why did price stop here? Well, it's came here before and it's rallied back up. So it's doing the same thing here. And then we can see it fell below here and then did the same thing. And so again, we have to go back, but we can at least are very informed on why did price come here and stop. Now, if we look at this candle on the 4 hour, it could potentially be a reversal candle as well. So we'll see, but we're going to go back down because especially if someone who's just day trading for the day or depending on what your strategy is, what is happening? So right now, VWAP is holding. VWAP is the yellow one. It's holding more towards the bottom of the base of the candle. And then this is the non-EMA. The non-EMA is going to be more quickly reacting. And so all of these EMAs are the exponential. So they're capturing bigger moves, like more exaggerated moves than the simple moving average. And right now we still can see that a lower low has been forming, but it's still within this range. It's still within this channel. And so even here, if it would need to break above this 197.10 to look like, it it just depends, but it would have to break above here. And then we also then have this 50 EMA right here at the 197.86. So it can come within this range. But today the high was 197.68, and then the low was 193.40. And again, as you can see, it's just trading right here in the middle. So, will price actually break this 21 EMA? It's still some time in the market. It's 125. Will it break this EMA and then recapture and go past the highs of the day? Or will it stay here in this range? The rest of the EMAs are pretty much, to me, they look like they're just on guard to follow price wherever it wants to go, and they're slanting down, which can mean that the price wants to go further down. Again, these are just indicators. As soon as the price shifts, these right here shift as well. You see a slight curve now on this one, on the 100 EMA. And some people will say, why are you reading so much into these, right? But the thing about it is, I've been watching these now for almost a year. It'll be a year next month. And there is some significance in it. Now, will I make a decision just off of an EMA? No, because again, like I said, the 9 is quickly reacting, so it might not be as reliable, right? But if that 9 and that 21 cross together, I need to make a decision. If I'm going to stay in that trade, or if I'm going to use that to potentially take advantage of the squeeze that can be coming based on if it's the way it's crossing. But then we also want to consider volume, right? Volume is still lower than it's been, but it's showing that it has more of a bullish trend right now. But again, you can see these lower lows and here. So what we'd have to do is we have to see, will price break this 195.31? Because it also, depending on who's looking at this pattern, also could see a potential bear flag. Right. So we'll see if it actually becomes invalidated or what happens. So let me see. We're at 126. We have 4 minutes left in the candle to see how this candle closes. Again, will it come above the 21 EMA? Will it fall below or pretty much stay here? The 21 is still holding it. And then we have, let's go to the 1 hour. Yes, ma'am. The 1 hour, we can still see that that bear flag still intact. But as you can see on the 1 hour chart, over the last 4 hours, it's really still been in consolidation. Price has hovered around this area, whether it was between the 197.67 or the 195.65. So that's a $2 range, depending on if somebody was, really quick and wanted to take advantage of that. But we also, again, still see how it's forming a lower low. Yes. So yeah, we're going to have to just, again, like most people say, watch and see. Because on the 1 hour, you see now more of these EMAs curling to the downside. But again, this 9 has a curl that it could, you know, potentially go above, but we'll see. Again, it's 128. Is holding above the VWAP. So this VWAP literally area could signal if it closes here or even a little bit more above it. But definitely if it closes below above it, it could signal that this is an area to buy it, which if there's a lot of buy orders that come in, then this could potentially go up further and be used as a catalyst. So we'll see. But right now, it looks like this VWAP is holding it and ready to spring it on up and push it on up. Tap, tap, tap it on up. All right, let's see. Let's zoom in a little closer. So always remember, again, these EMAs are just indicating where price is going, right? Price is key. So if I was to take these off and just look at good old support and resistance, right? Look at the candles and see how sellers came in and pushed it down. But this candle right here still could be, depending on who you were talking to, what videos you were watching, could be a signal that we're having a reversal, which we did have a reversal, but now it's in this consolidation. But now that lunch is passed and all that, we could see more bullish, a more bullishness to the upside. But again, we're gonna see. So 1 more minute left in this candle. And as of the 1 minute, it looks like it's gonna close above. This doji candle does signify that it could, indecision or a meeting of the middle. And yeah, so let's go back down. The great thing about the 15 is we'll be able to also evaluate the 30 as well and see. Let's see, will it close above? So, okay, so now it's closed above this 21 EMA, the pink one, which does signal some strength. It would have closed below it. That would have been something else. But this area right here could be an area that, again, is a an area of a good buy area to make it reach 190 price to reach 197.87. So will it continue to form a bear flag and return? If it does, let's see. So let's see. I'm just getting the drawing tool. Let's just do it here. All right. So if it does and it breaks out, it could be coming to around this 187 level. And then let's see what's in line with that 187 level. Let's see. Let's go into the pointer tool. It might not do. I might need to change the color. Yep, I'm gonna need to change the color. Okay, let me go back down and change the color. I might have to go further down. All right, so let's change it to like pink. Okay, so let's go. Actually, let's just go on the daily. Let's see what comes up. All right, so we're down here. The daily won't show it. Okay, there we go. So the 188. I am just looking in the past to see what level. So let's do 4. Okay. Here it is right here, which would signal duplicate. It's hard to see, but it's right there. Let me zoom in so you can see, then I'll zoom back out. See right there, that pink line? But again, as you can see right here, it's holding this. So this really could be a recovery. And it's gonna return back to this 201.98 before it decides to come down more. But as you can see, it's been on a decline. And even with these, it didn't recover 50% of the candle. Let's see, even here it did, but then it continued to fall. But again, news also, helped that. So if we look back, so if it did, then I'm gonna pull it up a little bit more. This 187.50 would be the level that it could potentially come down to if the bull flag truly is what it's gonna be, right? You also, if we zoom out on the 4 hours, somebody could say that this was a head and shoulder, this being the head, these being the shoulders right here. But again, also, most times the head and shoulder is gonna be, the head is gonna be above the area. But again, we shall see. We shall see. Because this really could also just be an area of buy where it just, comes back up and then breaks. We also see that this is a double top, which could also signify it going down as well. So one of the biggest things is setting your stops, your risk management, knowing where you want to get out at, knowing what makes sense for you. And then also with your expirations dates if you got options contracts. So I'm going to put that there. We're going to see what happens. If I go to the weekly, let me see on the weekly. I'm just looking on the weekly to see if there would be something that I would be interested in swinging, but we're not going to cover that on this. So this one is all about watching how price moves. So as you can see, it's no longer sitting right on the VWAP, which is this yellow here on the 15, but it's right there. It did touch it, it rejected, and now the 9 is towards the bottom of it. The 21 is actually holding the top of it. And I say it's like holding it, that's what it looks like in my brain. But again, it's following how price moves. And so let me know in the comments, what do you think is going to happen? Will price melt back up, break today's highs, and continue up, or will price continue to fall? Or will it just stay there? We have a 3-day weekend, and so we will see what happens. Write it in the comments. Again, this is Denisha on a mission to spreading wisdom on this trading journey. Is something that I wanted. And I also found that being able to just watch price and without having to trade and just really think about the different if this then that, really using, just like in my daily life, I'm going to be incorporating systems and delegating and things like that, and then knowing the things that I need to handle, which would be in this case risk management, and also being able to make informed decisions. Well, if I'm in this trade, what is my risk management? What am I willing to risk? For me, if it breaks above here or here, would I say, okay, now it's time for me to exit this trade so I can preserve my capital? Or am I in a trade where it's actually going in that direction, and do I place a trail stop when it gets here just in case it rejects off of this 50? Again, that's all you determining what works for you and what makes the most sense. If it broke below here and held, after 145, just really, really evaluating our trade so that we can make informed decisions. So thank you again for joining me for a trading break. And remember, if we want to improve, we want to study how price moves. Okay. All right. Have the most amazing day. And remember, God's got you. This is a great opportunity that God bless you to start learning. If you get frustrated, if you get in a thing where you're like, man, when is it going to turn around? No, because you're being diligent, it will. It will. Just stay consistent. Have your risk tolerance. Know your numbers, right? Don't just know where you're going to enter, where you're going to exit, and your stop loss. Know what will happen. If I hold this past 50 cents or past 10%, I'm going to lose X amount, right? If it goes this direction, I will gain this amount, right? It's the middle place in between your take profit. Because I can say, yeah, I'm going to take profit at 201.30. But I need to be mindful of, yeah, we might have some resistance here with buying at this 197. For sure at this 199 or 200 psychological number level, right? This 200, where we at right here, it has to get through some things. And yes, this happened overnight. But that would have to be big news, right? That was when Trump announced this additional tariff on Apple. And so we have to be mindful of just the in between of our trades to know how to make the right decision. And so my daughter's actually learning public speaking. She's in a lifetime apprenticeship program with her mom. And so she's trying to teach the class right now. And so she's gonna teach over there, and I'm just gonna share over here and go from there. But again, you got this. God's got you. Just keep seeking God first. Remember that this is a tool for you to be able to build. So once you get off of this, go and work on the idea that God gave you. And as you continue to do that, it's going to build that momentum that you're looking for. And pretty soon you're going to be able to take profits from here, or continue to make profits in a way that you can reinvest into building God's kingdom and what God has for you to building generational wealth and just becoming a better human overall. Right? We want to continue to be, oh, it's okay, my Tyler. We want to continue to improve. And how you do that? Help by watching how price moves. Say price moves. No. You want to say stock? Normally she's like, what's mommy doing? Stocks. All right. I'll talk to you later. Today we reviewed Apple. It is May 23rd, 2025 at 1:39 p.m. And I'm about to get outside with my babies and yeah, do some other stuff. All right. Have a good day. All right. Bye. Uh-oh.